Greetings, one and all. I am the Sonic Geek, and welcome back to Persona 5. Joining me for this again is Triforce of Doom.
Sup?
And Omae is still nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
He'll show up eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah, always fun when you get something that takes more time than expected.
Yep. Alright, so back on the topic of Netflix's live-action anime adaptations. Full Metal Alchemist? Let's see it.
I heard it's basically an abridgment of, like, the first half of the series.
Kind of is. But, in my opinion, it's probably the best, one of the best live-action adaptations of, you know, that kind of thing that I've seen so far.
Yeah, not that that's a high bar.
I mean, at the very least, it feels like Full Metal Alchemist, like most of these.
Yep. Even if, like, the whole emotional aspect of certain saying everyone knows not having as much impact because they're not really staying with those characters long enough.
Yeah.
That was so easy, I'm yawning.
Whoa! I can feel it.
Going up the stairs, and going down the stairs, and going up the stairs, and going down the stairs, and
Although,
going up the
speaking
sideways
of
stairs.
speaking of Netflix, though, one show I absolutely love, Agretsuko.
Yeah. I've watched that twice.
Which I am looking forward to whenever they make a season 2.
Oh god, I hope they do.
Because I need more episodes, especially with how episode 10 ended with Retsuko and Haida.
Yep.
But I love how at first we see all the characters as one note because we're seeing them through Retsuko's eyes, but as the series goes, we see more of them.
Yep.
Like, I love it when shows do we learn about the characters as the person we're following learns about them.
Oh, nope. Go back. Grab that. Okay.
Also, apparently, a lot of the characters had name changes between the Netflix series and the original, like, web uploads.
Really?
That were the minisodes. Because those were originally, like, 1 minute, minisode kind of things.
Yep.
Hey.
Oh my god, that is adorable.
What?
One of my friends who just posted me cute artwork that they made.
Hey.
Involving her original character.
Oh, neat. True the door. Weep. Is this the one? Yeah, I think this is the one that screws me up.
I remember messing up my first run. You know, it's funny, for someone whose username is Chibi Protector Hana, she hasn't posted a lot of chibi on her art channels.
Gee, if only I could zoom in the camera a little bit.
Yeah, you really have to watch for all of the details.
Hey. Well.
Hey, listen.
Yes!
Boom.
There it is.
Doesn't it look a bit hazy?
For the time being. Once we send the card and make Madarame aware it'll be stolen, it'll materialize like, yoo-hoo!
I wonder what form it will take.
Who knows? Bet it's something like a self-portrait.
The source of what distorted Madarame's reality this much.
When it comes to the Dancing All Night DLC costumes for the RPG,
Yep.
I have a hard time actually deciding which one of them is my favorite.
Which ones are you
Because they
choosing
all look
between?
really good. And by the way, do you know if those are DLC for the actual dancing game or not?
As far as I know, no.
That is so disappointing.
Right?
Because they have them right there.
Yep.
Use them. No one's going to complain about those reused assets because they would fit you
Nope.
perfectly.
Yep.
Ready?
It still caught me a little off guard that they went with the final boss of Dancing All Night's version of this song for the costume song.
Yep.
Granted, it does make sense for them to use that one. I also would have loved the kanji remix of Time to Make History.
The kanji remix?
Well, I call it that because that's because it's the remix he dances to and for, Dancing All Night.
Gotcha.
Because I'm forgetting who made the remix. The only remix name I tend to remember is Lotus Juice's remix of Backside TV because it's Lotus Juice. And it's also my favorite remix in that game. To the point where I want to do a vocal cover of it. Granted, there's a lot of songs I want to do vocal covers of.
I hear you. There's actually a song in Dancing All Night that I don't actually recognize.
Which one?
It's one of the ones Chie dances to. I think it's called Best Friends or something like that.
Oh, Best Friends. I believe that is one of the... That would be one of the arena openings.
That's probably why.
Yeah, and it's like a techno remix of it, too.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I believe Chie got the original arena's opening as a remix, and Marie got Ultimax. With Breakout of.
That would explain it.
Yeah, due to how much I used to play the arena games before I couldn't find my 360's power cord, yeah, I got the OPs pretty well in my head.
I missed! Really?
Let's go. I lend it.
There we go.
Yeah, because again, they pulled everything. I mean, you even has Maze of Life as a dance song.
That was the first one I did in the video.
Let's go.
Which I'm glad that Persona 3 got the remixes for the battle theme from Q. Because, yeah, while Q's not my favorite game, its soundtrack is awesome. Especially the battle theme. It is so goddamn catchy.
Right?
Especially the way they basically mixed 3 and 4's soundtracks together style-wise, with both the Scener and Lotus Juice.
I can feel it.
Yep.
Oh, I now just realized I'm kind of sad there's no Lotus Juice mix of Maze of Life.
That'd be pretty cool.
One enemy.
God, I love the Uber tier spell animations. Not sure which one of them is my favorite though. I mean, the Psy one is really goddamn trippy.
Okay. Easier than
Like,
my brushes.
I forget the name of that spell, but like the uber tier Psy element.
Yeah, I don't remember it
It's
either.
just all the eyes and shit spilling the screen.
Alright, first move is on! Keep up the pace! That's 2 enemies! Looks like hitting its weak point.
Also, I'm really glad they changed the punishment for the bonus boss from a 9999 Megadolion to an all-out attack, because it just fits way too well. They even get their own animation, which I love.
Yep. You actually showed that to me before.
Yeah, because I fought the boss enough times trying to get that goddamn trophy.
That was a little too
It's how I know the turn limit is 41 turns max.
Sounds about right.
cool.
Because I kept dying to that turn limit. Yeah, that's another thing. The attendant fight of 5 is easily the most lax out of all 3. Or 4 counting Q.
God damn it.
Because, yeah, go figure they'd have some Margaret fights in Q. Or Elizabeth fights, I mean.
One enemy, but it's pretty
Yep.
strong.
I'm surprised you don't fight all 3 of them. In queue.
Incredible job.
Yeah, like, if I recall, it's like Elizabeth has a tier for each dungeon once you do enough requests.
Oh, so you get to fight her multiple times. Ooh.
At different difficulty tiers.
Ah.
Okay.
Because I remember going to fight her in the Alice dungeon.
I don't. Maybe I just wasn't that far.
The shadow is near.
It's a request that you you have to do lots of requests to get them unlocked, if I recall. It's also been forever since I've played through those dungeons. So I'm still on Evil Spirit Club because fuck Evil Spirit Club. If I ever make top 10 least favorite levels, that level's gonna be on there for sure. You know, whenever I can get top 10 games I played in 2017 finished. God, I'm late.
Hey, you're about 6 months
Alright.
late there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I made a meme chain video poking fun at my upload schedule. Ugh.
All right.
One comment on that video was, out of context, this is even funnier, which I can totally understand.
A treasure.
Because imagine not looking at the upload date and seeing that and say 2020.
Reveal your true form.
I mean, I'm on the editing stage, it's just a matter of motivation.
Go down.
Oh yeah, I hear you there.
Okay, now, if this Mountain Dew bottle could actually goddamn open... I don't know why. Like, every other voltage bottle I get, the grips are not the most well perforated.
Okay.
Making it really goddamn annoying to open them sometimes.
Apparently someone sucks at their job.
Mainly in the voltage department, because I've only had a few Baja bottles with this problem, but voltage is the big one.
Feel it.
Which sucks because it's one of my favorites.
I don't think I've seen a voltage around here in forever.
This space.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Blue Raspberry's great.
We have plenty of the ice, though.
Okay.
Ah, the Sprite one.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of stores near my place have been restocking on Baja lately, which is nice. Because beforehand, the only other way I could really get Baja was by going to the Pizza Hut Taco Bell combo near my house. Because they have that as one of their fountain drinks. Because, you know, it's the Taco Bell's flavor.
God, I miss having that around here.
Yep. Like, even my college store has been restocking up on Baja lately.
I mean,
Like, I don't know why everywhere around me is just been getting Baja Blast. But it's been nice.
Hey, look.
Oh, it is really convenient since a while ago my college's store seemed to stop stocking up on Pitch Black, which is the great flavor.
Oh,
Like, I remember one of my friends walking up to me going, "Hey, do you know what flavor Pitch Black is? Because I'm not seeing it on the label." I'm not seeing it either. Takes a sip. Ah, it's great.
Oh.
Not even using shirt or blanket for grip is helping. God damn it. Why does this always happen to me with voltage?
¿Por qué? Sorry, had to. You were saying?
I know. Yeah, just like Mountain Dew. Nani the fuck. I fucking love that meme.
Now then.
Alright. Time to GTFO.
I'm trying to think of what the actual, like, translation for Nani the fuck would be, like, full-on Japanese form. Because, like, closest thing I can think of for Japanese would be kuso, because that's, like, the go-to swear word in anime.
Nani kuso.
Although kuso is more used for stuff like damn when it comes to subtitles.
Yep.
You know, back when I played lots of Assassin's Creed, I used to know the Italian word for fuck thanks to that game, but now I'm forgetting it.
I should write something.
Alright,
Same
Katso.
thing.
That's what it was. Katso.
Nice. And saving here too. So that I can get my if we don't do it in time footage.
Yeah.
Hey,
Which it is cool how you're showcasing all of those, because since I never actually saw them. Because I always made sure to do it in time.
Yep, me too.
The fact that they have an actual timer on the upper right helps.
Yep.
Like, Persona 4's closest thing was just watch for lots of rainy days.
Yep. Well, to be fair, they usually give you like 3 in a row to be like, this is when this is happening.
Yep.
Today we're going
Of course, then there's a Dachi's dungeon where you basically have to do it last minute if you want to do all the social links.
Yep. You know, he says gives you until the end of the year, and then it ends at Christmas. I'm like, that's not the end of the year.
Well, Christmas seems to be their go-to date in Persona.
Well, on the more recent ones, anyway.
Yeah.
Fun fact. The last playable day in Persona 3 is the day after my birthday.
Oh. Ah, yes, the silver ratio. I sometimes forget that's a thing.
This is it.
precisely.
You know, I can never remember what the actual numbers for the ratios are when I'm not looking at them. I know they're a thing, I just forget what their ratios actually are.
Yep.
nice going.
Oh yeah, and I still love how all the library books you can check out are based on the personas your party members have. It's like, yeah, we know.
I see.
It is kind of interesting though how Haru's persona is based off a villain from like a Phantom Thief story.
Really?
Yeah, because Milady is apparently one of the villains in Three Musketeers.
Hey,
Well, isn't Lupin technically a villain too?
Lupin has his own series.
Yeah.
Like, he was basically a guy's answer to Sherlock Holmes series-wise.
Gotcha.
In fact, both authors even had a bit of a rivalry going. not helped by the fact that at one point, the guy behind Arsene Lupin made a series where he kept outsmarting Sherlock.
Got any
Yeah,
news?
Conan did not like that, by the way, at all. Because the way he wrote it made Sherlock look completely inept, apparently.
Huh. Must have missed that when I read those stories.
Well then,
Because, like, I've read all the Conan Doyle Sherlock Holmes stories.
I don't know if that Lupin story is still in circulation or if you can find it easily on the internet, but I know it's a thing. They even there's even a school question in Persona 5 about that rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because I mostly only know Lupin from,
Right.
well, I'd say it's pretty easy to guess.
The anime.
Yep.
Yeah, I've mostly seen the AMVs of Lupin the Third.
I've been tempted to check it out, honestly.
Yeah, I do want to check out that anime at some point. It's just I also have a lot of anime backlog.
Yeah.
In fact, one of my friends at college gave me a good alternate site to watch an anime that I used to watch on Kiss Anime. Stopped watching it on there for obvious reasons. You know, once all the hacker shit started going down.
Yep.
Like, I don't know if Kiss Anime's done with all that hacker shit or not. I stopped caring. Like, Kiss Anime was my alternative to Crunchyroll, like if it wasn't on Crunchyroll. So the fact that I now have a new alternate site is nice.
Now then.
Yep.
In fact, my friend booting up that site at college on the TVs is how I ended up watching Konosuba.
Really.
Okay.
Which, holy shit, that anime is hilarious.
I've only seen the first episode, but yeah, it was pretty good.
a calling card, huh? Really take it
Okay,
He
did
is
you ever
famous
see
for
the
it.
abridged
He's
series?
often received
No, I haven't.
slanderous letters till now as
I'm
well.
Okay, that's
aware
how
of
I
most.
first watched it.
He'll know better
And,
than the crime.
Konosuba itself is basically an abridged series.
Wait.
Yep.
Are you going to write it?
I haven't
down,
watched
Shinji?
much of it, but I am
The last
aware of
one was
most of the
questionable
characters.
at best.
You know, like,
You should do it then,
the,
Yusuke.
the way darkness was portrayed in the abridged series wasn't even an exaggeration.
Figuring it out. He
Like,
knows my drawing and
They
my
basically
skills.
abridged an abridged series.
Oh, then
is what they
I'll pick
did.
it up and you make it cooler.
Designing a calling card.
Like, all of Kazuma's party members are basically the what their classes taken up to
All
11,
that's left is to make the treasure ours.
personality wise.
You
Like,
guys better come fully prepared.
Megumi, she's an arc wizard, like one of the highest magic classes, but her entire clan's whole shtick is they focus on one spell. In her case, explosions. So
She
much
does it
so
very
that
well.
the high mana cost overloads her mana cost, making her unable to move, and she can only cast it once a day. But when she does cast it, it's a nuke.
Yep.
And then there's Darkness, who's basically the paladin of the group, you know, the tank. She's a hardcore masochist.
Well, I mean, pretty useful trait for a tank to have.
But no, like, it gets to the point where a bunch of bystanders who she's protecting from monsters by running right into their line of fire assume she's just very goddamn noble and willing to protect people. Kazuma, who knows better, is in the sidelines thinking, "Oh, if only you knew! If only you knew!" Oh yeah, like, her masochism is so off the charts, it freaks one of the villains out when she's vocally saying one of her fantasies of what he might want to do to her. It gets him to go, "You know what? Fuck this, I'm out."
All right.
Although she focused so much on her defensive stats, she can hit for shit.
Yep.
Like, at one point, her and one of the villains do, like, one of those single sword swing things. She hits the rocks behind him. But not him.
Pardon me, sir. There's a matter we need to
Boss
notify you
time.
about.
Please excuse me for
Ah,
a
yep.
moment. What is it?
We found this outside.
One thing I do appreciate about 5 over 4 is how your teammates will still have their confidants available until you're primed for the boss, instead of while the dungeon is still there.
Madarame,
Yep.
a great sinner of vanity.
At least for most of the dungeons. Like I know most of the ones in Persona 4, you basically have to beat them before being able to do all your party members' social links.
We have decided to make you confess all your
Kanji's like the exception I've noticed when I was doing my run. Like, again, Naoto, mainstay of my party. She was only like rank 5 by the end of it, and that was just from all the like last minute crunch time social linking.
What about the security cameras?
Didn't even max out Risei.
All we saw was a cat in the recordings.
In fact, the only party member I maxed out who wasn't, Teddy, was Yukiko. Because, she's the healer you have from near the start of the game. Of course I'm gonna level her shit up.
Fair enough.
We believe it's just a prank.
And, Teddy's plot.
Of the mass media.
Are you insinuating that this slander is true?
Of course
Now, if only Teddy's tier 3 spell was, actually good. Just, Kamui Miracle! I don't know what's gonna happen, you don't know what's gonna happen, just cast it and find out!
They'll only be able to do as they please.
Yeah, I'll stick with the high tier ice and healing, thank you. And physical.
It's like Metronome, but for personas.
Yes, and that is Teddy's you've maxed him out and talked to him during December spell.
Was way cooler too.
Meanwhile, Yukiko gets goddamn burning petals and salvation.
You better enjoy the air of freedom while you still
Yep.
can, old man.
Extreme fire damage to everything and full heal and status effects.
About that calling card. We'll show him. We're gonna surprise them all.
I'm sure you know, but we only get one shot to pull this off.
At very least, by the end of the game, I was able to get Risei's social link high enough to get her I will randomly heal your HP, SP, or stat changes.
You have no reservations
Yeah,
about
the amazing
this
thing
either,
about
right,
Risei.
Keisuke?
In the original game, she's kind of useful.
We'll do this.
In Golden, she's OP.
When you max her social link, at least.
Yep.
Both her and Naoto were basically in the rank 5 to 7 range by the end of my run.
Ah.
But, I do like how they did buff Naoto enough to actually make her useful in Golden. For example, by not making her SP pool at her shit. That very choppy life will change. 'Cause screen share.
Yep.
Yeah, I love during the late game dungeons where they add in the vocals. It's like, will you make the time to fuck shit up song even more time to fuck shit up?
Heard so many covers of that one.
Well, yeah, its life will change.
Oh, fuck it. Extra long episode. Woo!
Yep. Also, when you're in the late game dungeon, so you actually get to fight shadows during the song.
Yep.
I just love how they make it never cut out until you get to the boss. The way they portrayed the ink attack in the anime is it actually just heavily weakened them physically. Like, Anna was barely able to move after getting some drops on her. Which, is a good way to portray something that's normally just you now are weak to everything. Also, the anime portrayed it as the mouth actually shooting it out. Oh yeah. Also, when it shows Ren actually trying to call Kawakami from the diner.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, it actually shows him crouching behind the counter so Sojiro won't see him. And shushing Morgana.
Right.
It's amazing. 9 episodes in, and Ren's finally getting a personality.
I'm trying to imagine what that must sound like on Kawakami's side. Like, you hear one of your students, like, trying to talk to you over the phone. All of a sudden you hear, meow,
Oh, no.
meow,
No. Just
Yes.
during, no, like, as he was dialing, Morgana, oh, you're being pretty bold. Shh.
Okay.
But what they appreciate about the heist moments is how they always give everybody something to do. Like, this one being a great example, like, Ryuji's the distraction, On's shutting the power, Joker's handling the crane while, with Yusuke on lookout.
Yep.
Everyone has a role, and I always appreciate it when heist situations do this. Like, one moment from Uncharted 4 being a good example, like, Sully's the lookout, Nathan's brother Sam is the thief part, and you're the guy cutting the power.
Well, what till you see today's D&D episode.
Oh, the one shot? Yeah, that's gonna be fun to watch.
Hey,
Yeah, like I'm not really one to do one shots for D&D that often.
Too bad.
I like the long-lasting campaigns more, because more chance to build up characters.
Well, believe it or not, the one I made was meant to tie into the one we're going to be eventually doing.
Ah. I never knew this dialogue existed. I always just went straight for the window. Because I saw the window before. I knew to go for the window. Camera's fun.
Yep.
Let's go.
But I have to say, when I was prepping myself for the Madarame fight originally, I did not expect the arena to be where it was. I was also kind of expecting the arena to be like somewhere in the vicinity of where you originally grabbed the painting from.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
Also, moments like this is where Third Eye is useful, because then I can see where I can actually jump down.
I have something. See it.
But I am so glad they made the dungeons as dynamic as they are, considering 3 and 4 was random generation,
Yep.
which they still have random generation, but in the universal here's where you grind dungeon, which is where I'm okay with it.
Yep.
Although 4 did do a good job of with the whole make certain floors fixed for puzzles and mid bosses.
It was a step in the right direction.
Yeah, like. Meanwhile, 3's only fixed floors were the mid boss floors.
Mm-hmm.
As well as here's the end of the block floors, where you need to progress plot in order to get farther.
Yep.
This is
Wah,
the treasure.
wah, wah, wah.
I do love how the fake painting is the classic drawing a face using Japanese characters thing many people like to do. Like, that was a nice touch.
What nonsense that you used a mousetrap on me.
Oh, shit.
So you had a fake friend.
I forgot about that line.
Counterfeits are accepted in the world of Japanese art.
What made you change like this? Is it because you became?
I don't know who's always this
Do you
rotten.
understand how much it pains me?
Yeah, like, if you didn't hate him already, oh boy, just wait for about 30 seconds.
In fact, the only reason why I took you in was due to my ties with your mother. That woman never lost her passion for painting, even after her husband died. Her skills and talents were quite astonishing.
I am surprised Opai's not here yet.
Decided to look after her.
Right.
Your mother and the artwork she created, they're all my works of art.
Fuck
How low can
you.
sink?
I suppose I can grant you a gift before you die. A glimpse of the genuine Sayuri.
Genuine?
Another thing the anime did really well is showing even more of what makes Madarame an utter bastard.
Sayuri?
Like, when Yusuke first confronts him, you know, as he's about to awaken, you see Madarame laughing at him, and then it just cuts to, like, Madarame looking over Yusuke from his youth. Like, in the same face position kind of deal. Like, it shows a flashback of Madarame just looking over Yusuke painting with a smile, and cutting in to shadow Madarame laughing, like Fade style.
You stole something that personal?
Like, that's another prop I will give to the anime, expanding on certain character moments like that.
I added a
Yep.
touch to the painting and announced it under my name.
But the baby in the picture. Why did you paint over it?
Yes.
If the babe is erased,
Hi, Jock.
the reason
Meow.
for the woman's expression will become a mystery. That's what the general public is drawn to.
Ah, kitty, not my headphone cord.
Critics wrote the same thing.
There, now as long as you're stepping on it, that's good.
About all this.
This particular cat likes to sit on my lap.
If you really treasured that painting, you wouldn't even think about replicating it for profit. You don't love art at all!
Will you have a real treasure? Your true skills are nothing more than those scribbles on that fake.
It makes me laugh, asshole!
So you'll defy me no matter what. Well then, since you're my work of art, Yusuke, I'm going to
yes, this.
my future. Along with those insolent friends of yours there.
Yeah, cause, fun fact, people, Madarame tends to discard artists he no longer finds use for.
Fox?
I've heard that you destroy your art once they outlive their usefulness. Did that include my mother as well?
Ooh.
She just so happened to have a seizure in front of me. That's when a thought crossed my mind. If I don't call for help and leave her be, I could obtain her painting without any strings attached.
And this is where lots of players just immediately went, fuck you, asshole.
She was physically weak. No one would doubt if she just dropped dead because of a seizure. Above all, Yusuke, didn't you think it was odd that I discovered your talent when you were only 3? The reason why I kept you around was to keep you from realizing the truth behind Sayuri.
Enemies closer, after all.
The artistic
Jacques, off my keyboard.
from your mother were a delightful miscalculation.
Speaking of...
If I'm to steal ideas, it's much easier robbing the future of brats who won't talk back than adults.
This is where many people realize just why he's the second boss and not the first, compared to Kamoshida.
Yusuke?
I thank you, Madarame. Every reason for me to forgive you has disappeared without a trace at this very moment. You aren't some rotten artist. You're a despicable fiend who wears the skin of an artist.
All
Yep.
you for nothings, barging into my museum and doing whatever the hell you want. Those who have the connections make the rules. Those who don't, follow them. Not to mention, the value of art is all subjective. I make the rules of the art scene.
Not for long, fucker.
I am the god of the art world.
This isn't good.
Well, guess what? I'm an atheist. I've always wanted
Okay,
to
that's
just
creepy.
see some... I've always wanted to see, like, some show pull that kind of line in response to the I'm a god trope. And now for one of my personal favorite boss fights mechanic-wise. Because I love bosses that test your knowledge of the weakness system.
That was kind of like the Emperor and Empress from Persona 3.
Oh, yeah, that one was really cool too.
Joker, don't lose focus.
But you know, like,
Alright.
it's also a reason why I love the final boss of this game so much. Because, yeah, every single one of these pieces has something they absorb.
Yep.
The nose absorbs wind, I believe. The mouth absorbs physical, and the eyes absorb basically everything else. Which they do a good job showing that in the anime also, by having them each... Because, like, On uses Miragi, the eyes heal. Ren goes to slice up the mouth. It heals. Oh yeah, also that nose is one of the main reasons I ended up fusing a Matador. Because, fuck wind in this fight. Oh yeah, also you could just say fuck you use it on an elemental, that works too. Oh, also, do make sure to kill them quickly, because if they're left alive long enough, they will revive their friend. And if you think this is too easy, well, for one thing, Geek here has overpowered personas.
Yep.
And two, that was only phase 1.
Yep.
Brendan. Okay. I love this part of the fight in particular, just because of how pathetic it is. Because this is the actual health meter. The face parts are all a shell, basically.
You still have the nerve to say
Think Shadow Mitsuo times
just about to say.
4.
preyed upon by you.
Which, I do like Shadow Mitsuo as well. That's a fun fight. Especially in Golden with the like 16-bit version of the boss theme.
Attack the main body.
I still have... I do. Okay.
All right.
I see you also do the charge into Hasotobi strategy.
Oh, yeah.
Lucky Punch!
Yep.
Alright, just watch his health go down. Madarame Megiddo! Lots of players. Oh shit! Wait, 10 damage? What? Yeah, again, for those unaware, Megiddo spells tend to hurt like a motherfucker.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
So they did that purely as a joke, and I love it. Also, as a way of symbol. Oh, okay, not even phase 2. Yeah,
Sequence breaking
if you
motherfucker.
play this fight legit, once you get to the third time he gets back up, once he gets to the second time he gets back up, he'll start doing something called, I believe, Madarame's Blessing, if I recall the name correctly, which will hit someone with paint that will make them weak to goddamn everything. Basically meaning guard.
Yep.
And hope they don't get targeted more than once. Because guard only works for one attack.
Yep.
And once you hit phase 3, you get the boss strategy moment, where you can hit him with the ink instead.
One cares for true art.
But again, because Geek is over leveled as fuck.
I'm a victim in this.
Oh yeah, also, Madara Megiddo is also good for symbolism-wise, because he's using his own original attack, and it is shit.
You can't rise up without any
Which is great for character symbolism.
And don't you? Being a poor artist.
Kind of like the prince with Shadow Yukiko.
Kinda.
Didn't want to return to that life.
A fiend like you has no
Also,
right
trying to remember,
speak
what
about
made
the
the
world.
vanilla version of that fight so hard compared to Golden?
Along with this abominous
Because I've only played Golden.
No, please. Just don't.
Like, I know it had something to do with the elemental affinities.
Yeah, that might have been it.
I think it was like the prince was the one weak to ice instead of Shadow Yukiko.
Confess your crimes.
Or something.
All of them.
Sounds about right. I remember Shadow Kanji being harder, though. Like, way
Oh yeah, Shadow
harder.
Kanji even in Golden was a bit of a pain.
Yeah, and I was under level, too, so... That fight took a
Which-
while.
Oh, speaking of, I love the way they portrayed them getting the status effects in that fight in the anime. Just like, like I believe it was the nice guy gropes the guys. They get grossed out, hence poison.
Yep.
And then the other one just starts doing all the things to just piss off Yukiko and Chie, hence the rage.
What's he talking about? It can't be. There was another intruder besides us within this palace?
Also, just
Foreshadowing.
you and Yosuke, that entire scene in that for that entire dungeon. That was
Yep.
great. Like, they wanted nothing to do with it.
What should I do?
Put an end to all this and use your own artwork for once.
Yusuke!
No, wait, please. Yusuke! Yusuke!
God, I love that boss fight. Especially when you see its entirety.
Yep. Not today.
Yeah. Because again, imagine actually having to deal with all the elemental stuff and making sure your party members stay alive.
Yes.
My general tip is KO the nose and eyes first. Because the nose has a very powerful wind spell it likes to charge up, and the eyes have all the buffing shit.
I guess the mission was a success. All
The
that's
mouth
left
is just
to see if
physical
we have to change
damage,
a heart or not.
which is easy enough to deal with.
Peter,
Yep.
why'd you get it black?
Sayuri.
You're not gonna get all teary-eyed and say stuff like "Mom," are ya?
I
Wow.
think that this
What a
painting
douche.
was the source of Madarame's distorted desires. The only saving grace is that my mother won't know of what transpired.
Also, I love what happens with the original Sayori for character moments.
This
Yep.
one here is her true self-portrait now.
It's a wonderful painting. And although it took some time, it's in your hands now, Yusuke.
I'm thankful for it. However, it's impossible for this painting to be acknowledged by society anymore. Indeed. I must inherit my mother's wishes and improve myself even further.
You alright, buddy?
So,
Yep.
this is my mother. There's no way that I would remember her face clearly, but I was right about the rush of emotion I felt when I saw this painting.
Now comes the question of what to do after this. Morty!
Stop that! You're so vulgar, Ryuji.
So, what are you gonna do now? We're gonna keep targeting big shots.
Why do you do such things?
It's to get back at scumbags and, like, society in general. I also want to give courage to the people that are suffering because of selfish adults.
Courage.
Alright.
What good does that do? You mean the courage
So do we
to
start on
stand
the
up for
filler,
themselves,
or
correct?
try to see what happens if we
Acquiring that
fail?
Make them happy?
I don't know.
Right. There's no knowing that. We just have to give it a try.
In other words, it all depends on the
I
person.
mean, I suppose
And the same can be said about myself right now.
I could record it without
I
commentary.
also suffered because of an adult's selfish act. Moreover, if we investigate these palaces, it may expand my artistic repertoire.
You really only think about art, huh? You're impressive.
I don't know, I'll leave that
I
up
won't
to you.
take part in any inelegant plans, all right?
Yeah, I can see it going either way.
Plus, we have a rule that says we always have to decide on a target unanimously.
How about
We'll
it,
just keep
Joker?
going, I'll take
We
care
can
of
give
that
our
part
calling
later.
cards a lot more oomph if we have Yusuke on our team.
We have too many dudes.
Sadly, he doesn't actually say that in the anime.
God damn it.
Because that episode he was kind of nonverbal for the most part.
Our only clue's a black mask, so that doesn't necessarily mean it's just one person, right?
But there's no way to check anymore. The palace is gone.
I'll try.
I do like how when you are prepping for a Kamoshida's fight, they do warn you, hey, palaces disappear when the person's taken care of.
anything.
If you're missing any chests, get them
We should
now.
probably exchange our contact info with you then.
Thankfully, all of these shadows you can come across are going to be in mementos, so that helps for like finding all the treasure demons for the compendium.
After all.
Yep.
Still, the incident about this other intruder does concern me a little.
Oh, I'm sure this guy won't pop back out. Not
only have
Hi,
we dealt
English.
with our second big target, we even have a new addition to the team. Goodness, things are going so well.
Goodness.
That's true. Still, let's honestly be happy about it right now. But I have to say, you sure are something special. This is our 5th persona user. It'll help broaden our battle strategies as well. Besides, having an eye for beauty is a must for Phantom Thieves. We're lucky to have Yusuke. An artist is a talent you
And
really
considering
can't
he's
afford.
much better at calling cards than Ryuji, because good God.
Artist, huh?
No
What kind
kidding.
of person do you think I was? There's no way I'd turn out to be some bad guy in the end, right? I get so engrossed with the embodiment of human desires. And that's not all. When it comes to the metaverse, I'm the only one who can transform
I still love how the
Special.
explanation is basically a full-on My Neighbor Totoro reference.
Who could I
Yep.
actually be? If you give it a rest, that's definitely not the case. What a half-assed answer. Well, there's no way someone like me, who has honorable aspirations, can be evil.
You can be annoying, though.
A man who saves those in trouble in the West, while punishing evildoers who may lurk in the East. A man who chastises people that smoke inside in the South, while saving bullied cats in the North. A man who has a sturdy body, and vows to always do one good deed a day, be it rain or shine. I'm not
What about all
one
the
of
cats in the other cardinal directions?
So I hope. So if I turn back to being human, surely she'll take notice of me, won't she? Well, that's true, but... where should I go when I become human? I wonder where she'd like to go. An amusement park, a movie theater, a fancy cafe, shopping. What do you think?
Hanging out with a cat, talking about girls.
Yep.
In the attic of a coffee shop.
All right.
And he's just sitting there like, what the fuck has my life come to?
Oh yeah, the anime also changed up the icons for all the characters. Now it's something related to their nickname.
Cool.
Well then.
Now that I have a
Let's
chance
do
to
it.
save.
Yep.
Alright. Gonna end the episode here. Double length episode. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Laters.
Ah, you're back.
No way.
Hey. Coffee good for you? That is your name, yes? Charges have been filed against you. The person who raised these allegations is Ichi Ryusai Madarame. I assume you know him? Had that been it, we wouldn't be here right now. However, your prior criminal assault means you are currently on probation, correct? Didn't I tell you to behave yourself? Well then, you're coming with us. I'm sorry, but it has to be now. Seriously? God, what a disappointment.
Is that the entirety of your testimony? Do you have no intention of saying anything more? Or is the overdose affecting your memory? In any case, it seems it'd be a waste of time to speak to you any longer. It's unfortunate.
Allow me to enlighten you. That trivial righteousness that you've paraded around. This is how such idiocy ends. Farewell.
Hey! Someone! He's dead! He's killed himself! Damn it! Where did he hide a gun?
So, the game is over. What a truly foolish end.